Coming up on Tech Tonight, the results of an armed robbery near the Virginia Tech campus. We'll tell you more.
And how are a murder and a recent lottery winner linked? Find out details next.
Welcome to Tech Tonight. I'm Cameron Austin.
And I'm Rachel Sines.
Blacksburg and Virginia Tech police arrested 3 Roanoke residents this past weekend after an armed robbery was reported at the 600 block of Washington Street. Marquette Kennard, Tyrell Page, and Elijah Franklin were all arrested and charged with armed robbery. A loaded shotgun was also found in their vehicle and belonged to Kennard, who is charged with the use of a firearm in the commission of a felony and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. All 3 are being held without bond in the Montgomery County Jail.
A Henry County man is dead and a Fieldale County man recently won the lottery. As it turns out, the two are linked. Marcus Barnes of Fieldale was arrested for the shooting death of William Doss. Barnes and his fiancée recently won $20,000 through the Virginia lottery by playing a $2 scratch-off. Doss was found dead in his home on Friday. A news release says he suffered from a gunshot wound to the chest. Barnes was arrested and charged with first-degree murder on Saturday. No motive has been found for the shooting.
A Roanoke teenager has been charged with 27 counts of property damage after an incident Sunday morning in Roanoke County. 19-year-old Joey Shoemate is charged with 3 felonies of breaking and entering, possession of burglary tools, and wearing a mask in public. He is also charged with possession of underage alcohol and being drunk in public. A spokeswoman for Roanoke County says officers responded to a burglary report at a Roanoke apartment complex after someone attempted to enter an occupied residence. They used a police dog to detain Shoemate, who was later linked to a string of damaged vehicles nearby.
3 dead and 25 injured on Interstate 77. On Sunday afternoon, a chain of cars crashed near Fancy Gap, piling up over 95 vehicles. The Virginia Department of Transportation says the backup was almost 8 miles long. Rescue crews shuttled 25 people to area hospitals. Virginia State Police say that heavy fog was likely a factor in the incident. Coming up, Samantha Hill brings you your news around Virginia Tech.
Welcome back to Tech Tonight. I'm Samantha Hill with your news around Virginia Tech. The football practice fields are now renamed after Steve Johnson of Bristol, Virginia, because of his accomplishments and philanthropy. Johnson was a tight end for the Hokies and played for the Dallas Cowboys and New England Patriots after his college career. Johnson remains a part of the Virginia Tech community by donating towards the Merriman Athletic Facility and by serving on the Ootprosum Society. Johnson said his football career helped him prepare him for his business career with Johnson Commercial Development. The Virginia Tech Board of Visitors plans to redesign the upper quad. Because of the size of the Corps of Cadets, more than 1,000 cadets need to be housed. The tentative plan is to replace Brody and Rash Halls with high-tech housing for the cadets. Lane Hall will be placed on the National Registry of Historic Sites and will be preserved and repurposed for the years to come. Thomas and Monteith Halls will also not be changed or replaced. Olga Buryaka, a management assistant professor, co-authored a study on social responsibility in drug development. She found that companies considered developing orphan drugs to be part of their corporate social responsibility. The study found that legislative incentives and potential for orphan drug development can lead to cures for common diseases, since it's no longer a matter of pure philanthropy. According to Bruyaka, companies are now focusing more on ethical responsibilities, along with their typical motivations for profits and possible breakthroughs. Once again, students from the Virginia-Maryland Regional College will be holding their biannual dog wash on April 13th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The event will take place at the rear of the veterinary complex on Duck Pond Drive. Signs will be up on Duck Pond Drive and Southgate Drive to direct people to the event. It costs $10 to have your dog washed, an additional $5 if you want your dog's ears cleaned and dog's nails trimmed. Dogs must be on leashes and be at least 5 months old with current vaccinations. Stay tuned because Stephanie Morris brings you your entertainment news next.
And that, viewers, is how the Hokie crossed the road. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Kip. Breaking news. BTTV is the only TV station with all your Hokie news. We have sports,
Entertainment,
and news. Tune in to BTTV on Channel 33.
television for students, by students.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I need a break from all this work. I really want to find stuff about, like, sports around campus. What am I gonna do? There's no. What's going?
Hey man, looks like you're having some trouble there. Dude, you need to find BTTV, man. Channel 33.
BTTV? What's that?
Dude, it's the place where you can find all your entertainment, sports, news, and special productions, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks,
That's
bro.
where you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm Stephanie Morris with your entertainment news. Another star is headed for rehab, but this time it's the singer from a family favorite musical sitcom, Glee. Corey Monteith, who plays Finn, has checked himself into rehab. His rep tells E! News that this time away is for substance addiction. The rep adds that Monteith asked for respect and privacy during his steps to recovery. The Glee star has been open about his problems with substance abuse in the past, telling Parade that he was lucky to be alive in 2011. Co-star and girlfriend Leah Michelle is playing a supportive role for her man, stating, "I love and support Corey and will stand by him through this. I'm grateful and proud he made this decision." Tragedy has struck the cast of one of MTV's latest reality shows. Shane Gandy, a member of the West Virginian cast of Buck Wild, was found dead Monday morning in a vehicle, along with his uncle and one other. Family members reported them missing Sunday night after they did not return from four-wheeling in Shane's 1984 Ford Bronco. The Kanawha County Sheriff's Office was alerted of a disabled vehicle. Police found the Bronco in a wooded area covered in mud. No signs of foul play have been reported, and the causes of death are still under investigation. MTV states they are deeply saddened and shocked about the incident. The network adds that Shane had a magnetic personality and a passion for life that touched everyone he met. Sharon Osbourne had April Fool's Day success when she convinced her co-host on The Talk that she was expecting. Osbourne explained that the reason she'd been absent for the past couple of weeks was due to her being at an in vitro clinic in Germany with husband Ozzy. Although the host could have easily tried to call her bluff about this far-fetched story, Osbourne's delivery was pretty convincing. The audience was in shock as Osbourne went on about her beautiful egg. She was even able to muster up a few tears as she hugged her co-hosts. Eventually, Osbourne revealed the truth, but no one seemed too upset that the 60-year-old was not actually with child. Chris Brown does some personal PR on the Today Show, possibly because he hopes his upcoming album will be a top seller. He joined Matt Lauer to discuss his new music, which he hopes will, quote, inspire the world, and of course, his past with Rihanna. On the subject of the very public assault case between Brown and girlfriend Rihanna, he said he has been humbled by the experience. He explained he lost everything and had to regain public opinion, and has been able to forgive himself and apologize to Rihanna. Brown's 52 weeks of domestic counseling also helped him understand what caused him to act the way he did. He finished the interview saying that everything is good between the couple and that he's absolutely sure there won't be domestic violence between the two again. Coming up, find out why tourism might be spiking in the New River Valley this year.
Welcome back to Tech Tonight. I'm Cameron Austin. Good news for the Roanoke Valley. Planned projects from the tourism department will make for a big travel year in 2013. With events like the Blue Ridge Marathon and the reopening of Center in the Square, tourists are sure to find lots of entertainment in the Roanoke area. Tourism Director Landon Howard says tourism will usually generate around $700 million for the Roanoke Valley, but he expects that number to grow even more this year.
100 dogs and their owners were in Roanoke yesterday for the first Tail Chasers 5K. The 5K took place at Wasena Park, and walkers raised money for the Roanoke SPCA. SPCA spokeswoman Kathy Perdue says fundraisers are super important to keep providing programs to homeless animals. Tail Chasers is set to replace the walk for animals held each fall. Coming up, Janae Green brings you this week's sports headlines.
Welcome back. I'm Janae Green with your sports. It's looking good for the Louisville Cardinals as they head into the Final Four of March Madness. Teammate Kevin Ware was severely injured during the regional final against Duke and told his team to finish the job. The team asks as if that's the motivation to win it all, to bring Kevin home. The Cardinals are ahead of the game with nearly 22 points per game in the tournament. After breaking a tied game at 42, the Cardinals would not lose to the Blue Devils and made sure they played their hearts out. Louisville is confident entering the Final Four, and player Trey Burke says, "We're here now and we still have unfinished business." After a rough hit to the jaw on Saturday during a win against the New York Islanders,
Sidney Crosby is out for the season. Crosby was taken in for surgery Saturday night, and the Pittsburgh Penguins will be at a loss without their leading scorer. Crosby was struck in the face during the first period of Saturday's game, causing him to fall on the ice. The slow-motion replay shows that Crosby had teeth fly out of his mouth during the hit. Crosby needed to have major dental work done and will need to see the doctors throughout this week. He has not missed a game yet this season, but the accident caused the Penguins to bring Jerome Angela into the game as Crosby's replacement. During the dramatic ending of the Sony Open men's final on Sunday, CBS cut away from the action to move to the NCAA tournament between Michigan and Florida. Andy Murray and David Ferrer were having a long and heated game up until they were tied when the third set began. The network ended coverage during this time, causing the Tennis Channel to show the end of the final. Later Sunday, CBS showed the replay of the match point. The match went over for its assigned TV time, lasting 2 hours and 45 minutes. Director of the tournament, Adam Burrett, says CBS was committed to show the basketball game. The world's #1 female tennis player, Serena Williams, fought her heart out to beat Maria Sharapova and win the Sony Open. This is the 6th time she has managed to win over her closest rival. Williams is the 4th woman to win the same WTA tournament, and Sharapova is confident that one day she will be able to beat her. Sharapova had a real chance up until Williams refound her game in the second set and handed Sharapova a double fault. It wasn't until the second double fault that Sharapova was stuck and unable to crawl back from her position. Williams was happy with her win, but says she is unhappy with her performance. Stay tuned because Brian Tenalia brings you the week's national headlines.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I need a break from all this work. I really want to find stuff about like sports around campus. What am I gonna do? There's no. What's going?
Hey man, looks like you're having some trouble there. Dude, you need to find BTTV, man. Channel 33.
BTTV? What's that?
Dude, it's the place where you can find all your entertainment, sports, news, and special productions, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks,
That's where you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm Brian Tenalia with this week's national headlines. Kaufman County, Texas District Attorney Mike McClelland and his wife were found murdered in their home just outside of Dallas on Sunday. McClelland's murder comes almost exactly 2 months after a shootout outside of the Kaufman County Courthouse, which left Assistant Prosecutor Mark Hasse dead. Following the February 1st shooting, McClelland issued a public statement warning the shooter that, quote, "We're going to find you, we're going to pull you out of whatever hole you're in, we're going to bring you back and let the people of Kaufman County prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law." Accounts claim that Hasse feared for his life and carried a firearm to work every day, and officials suspect Hasse was murdered by a member of a white supremacist prison gang. While no direct link has been found between the two murders, Texas Representative Ted Poe believes the killings might be revenge for an indictment handed down to the gang by McClelland's office and several other agencies. One of McClelland's neighbors reported hearing 5 or 6 shots in succession on the night of McClelland's murder. The FBI has launched an extensive investigation into both killings, and security is increased at several Texas offices. An inland oil spill in Mayflower, Arkansas has forced authorities to evacuate 24 homes. A break in the 60-year-old Pegasus oil pipeline on Friday dumped crude oil, destined for Gulf Coast refineries, into the streets of the community of about 2,000 residents. The EPA has launched a round-the-clock cleanup effort, but some estimates don't have residents back in their homes for nearly 2 weeks. The Pegasus pipeline is owned and maintained by ExxonMobil, who states that recent inspections showed no faults in the broken section. The pipeline is able to move up to 90,000 barrels of Canadian-produced crude oil a day from Pacoda, Illinois to Netherland, Texas. Fortunately, none of the estimated 12,000 barrels spilled reached Lake Conway, a local supply of drinking water. Residents remain worried about the long-term health effects that the spill may have on their community and have expressed annoyance with having to leave their homes. One of Detroit Metropolitan Airport's 2 terminals was evacuated Monday morning due to a suspicious item in a passenger's luggage. TSA baggage screeners noticed the item as a passenger's carry-on luggage passed through a scanner at around 6:15 a.m. The smaller South Terminal was closed for about 2 hours while bomb squads and the FBI investigated the item. Officials say the device was inert and the passenger carrying the suspicious item has been detained. Detroit Metropolitan Airport serves as a major transport hub for Detroit and is one of the top 10 busiest airports in North America. While officials have not released any further information on the incident, the airport was back to normal operations by 8:30 a.m. The FBI revealed Friday that its most popular historical memo released in an online database is a 1950 report titled simply Flying Saucers. Over 1 million people have read the document that describes the recovery of 3 50-foot circular objects with 3 human-like bodies in each from the New Mexico desert. While the report seems to confirm the alleged alien landings at Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, the FBI stated in a commentary this week there is, quote, no reason to believe that the two are connected. In typical space-age fashion, the report hypothesizes that a large government radar installation nearby, quote, interfered with the guidance system of the saucers, causing them to crash. FBI historian John Fox states it certainly looks like the FBI thought this was a third-hand information or the result of a hoax. This report is part of a series of documents on the FBI's online public vault under the heading Unexplained Phenomenon, which details claims of various extraterrestrial activities.
Thank you, Brian. So April Fool's was Monday, and I have to say it's probably my least favorite holiday out of all of them. What about you guys? Do you like it? Any good jokes?
I really like it. Fortunately, I wasn't the victim of anything this year, but I always find it amusing watching other people.
What about you, Rachel?
I feel like it's either like really scary or just like really dumb. Like actually, I had a friend of mine on Facebook posted this photo of like her dad put this like one of those little masks with like blood, all like fake blood on it in her trunk.
See, that's just not funny to me. I don't.
She cried. She was hysterical.
Yeah. Well, until next year. That's it for Tech Tonight. I'm Cameron Austin.
I'm Rachel Symes.
And I'm Brian Tenalia. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week.
It wasn't until the second double fault that Sharapova had stuck and unable to crawl back from her position. Williams was happy with her win, but says she is unable. Can I redo that? I'm sorry.
Good news for the Roanoke Valley. Sorry.
His rep tells E! News that this time away is for substance. Okay, let's just.
At a Roanoke apartment complex after someone attempted to enter an occupied residence. They used a police dog to
The study found that legislative incentives and potential for orphan drug development can cause. No. Okay.
This is the 6th time she has managed to win over her closest rival.
Projects from the tourism department are planning for a big travel. Wait, I'm sorry, that doesn't sound right to me.
Because of his accomplishment. Wow, okay.
Tourists are sure to find lots of entertainment in the Roanoke Valley. Tourism director. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I just stopped.
am I gonna do? I need a break from all this work. I really want to find stuff about like sports around campus. What am I gonna do? There's no. What's going?
Hey man, looks like you're having some trouble there. Dude, you need to find VTTV, man. Channel 33.
VTTV? What's that?
Dude, it's the place where you can find all your entertainment, sports, news, and special productions, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks,
That's where you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
And that, viewers, is how the Hokie crossed the road. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Kip. Breaking news. BTTV is the only TV station with all your Hokie needs. We have sports,
Entertainment,
and news. Tune in to VTTV on Channel 33.
television for students, by students.